What's going on, everybody? This is Mo Malik, and if you're not subscribed to CCP Podcasting, you should probably do that right now. No, like right now. Still haven't done it? No, but right now. No, click the button now.
What is happening, friends of CCP Podcasting? Welcome back to Beyond the Bell. I am Chris Page. That is Todrick, Tabar, Ramsey. Mr. Ramsey, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. Only you could make me get up as early as you did this morning, but it was so worth it, and it really makes it worth it because of what we're about to do and the guests that we have on the show tonight. I am so excited to be here and do this.
First of all, if you sleep till 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning, half of your day's gone. Period. End of story. And I am an old dude, so I'm up at 5 and usually editing or recording or dealing with phone calls from across the fucking country or across the world or what have you. There's a million and one things going on. Even today, like we come in to do this show, we're supposed to start 20 minutes ago, and I'm on the phone with somebody in the UK, dealing with some big news for us coming down the line. You're 100% correct, though. Today's going to be a great show. We stumbled into House of Champions probably 5 or 6 weeks ago. We've had a really good time and some really good chats. I've been to a show. You're actually going to be joining me for the show here as the show releases Thursday night. We'll be back in Orlando, and our guest is going to be participating on the show. Not only is he participating on the show, this dude's going to punch old Matthew Penis in the face for me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Bell. Destin, how are you, brother?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity of joining the show, and I'm ready to start this chat.
Dude,
Excited.
this is going to be fucking fantastic. Sorry, I didn't even make
Good.
it 2.5 minutes into this conversation, and I
we
dropped
were
the
that
F-bomb.
close.
It's
all good, man. It's
I
all good.
try so hard, and it just,
It's all right.
it's not even a small win at this point. Todrick, let's see, welcome Destin into the show.
A big fan. I love watching all of the clips that I've seen on social media. I think you are an amazing talent and you have so much potential. And I know that you're going to go places in this business. So I'm really happy to sit down and talk to you today.
Thank you so much. That means the world to me, honestly. Thank you.
Yeah, listen, we watch a lot of wrestling on the independent scene from all corners of the globe on a weekly basis. We usually consume anywhere between 20 to 22 hours a week of indie wrestling. So I say that not as a flex by any means, but to say that when we come across stuff that really piques our interest, there's usually something there. 9 times out of 10, there's something there. If it's a company, if it's a talent, if it's whatever, there's something positive happening. There's something good happening. And that's exactly what transpired with House of Champions. We've talked to Mo Malik. We've talked to Wilson Dyer. Talking to GMJ, not in the not too distant future. And truthfully, you guys stumbled across us by chance on YouTube, and we, like we always do, something new says, hey, you may want to watch this. Okay, let's see what this is about. And here we are, 6 or 7 weeks later. After that initial run, there was so much really good work that was happening there. Like, we had to dig deeper. It's just we couldn't, and it has a lot to do with what we saw with the production of the shows, to you guys in the ring, and then lo and behold, I found out that you guys are just a couple hours away from me, and I hooked up and made a trip. Like, this is such a fun thing and a really interesting road of independent wrestling, especially from my perspective. Like, I haven't been in the ring in 20 years, and I thought I was done with the indies 20 years ago. And now I've found what I call my niche, and that's putting the light on you guys. So I want to start with you, kind of where we start with everybody. There's There's a couple of things that I do want to touch on, obviously, as we go, and then we'll naturally get there. I truly feel that we will. I always ask guys and gals that come on the show, when did you initially fall in love with professional wrestling, and what drew you in? What made you say, this is something I want to look at doing?
Honestly, most people grow up like watching sports, like either basketball or football. But for me, my house was just strictly wrestling. Like I watched wrestling since before I could walk. I would always just be sitting in front of the TV, like watching shows, watching pay-per-views. My dad was a huge fan. He never got in ring necessarily, but he was a massive fan. So just having that family watch it and then growing up with it, I always thought this was cool. This was cool. And then it's gonna sound funny because I'm not the biggest dude, but I remember watching it was Mark Henry versus Sheamus, and I seen Mark Henry make his entrance, and I was like, my last name is Henry. That's Mark Henry. I could do it's possible. Like I could be in WWE, and then like I thought about it for years on years, and then once I got older, I was like still on the fact I still like wrestling. I still enjoy it. I'll still do it. So I started looking at schools and everything, and that's how I found the HOC.
It's an interesting way to kick things off because a piece of what makes you kind of an anomaly, excuse me, as far as in the industry is concerned. And I guess we'll start here too because you started training at the HOC when you were 15, or were you 14?
Yeah.
Were you 14 or were you 15? You're 16 now, right?
Technically, yeah, I'm 16 now. I started training at the HOC at 15. There was a school before the HOC. I don't want to say any names. I started at 14, but things didn't work there. Let's just say things didn't work there. It was a lot of bad things in the industry were happening there, and like I was kind of pushed away from that school. Like they ended up without a wrestling ring. That's how you can envision it. But now after that, I started searching up more schools, and it was like the Hawk opened May 2023, and I joined September 2023. Like as I was searching up schools, it was like brand new, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks cool." Came into my first class. I met Coach K. I just knew he was so smart. Like with the little things he would pick on and everything, I was like, oh yeah, I need to learn from this guy. I need to know everything from this dude. So then just stayed with the HOC, and it's been, if it was September 2023, about a year and a half. So been training for about a year and a half now, and I'm making shows. I'm actually making progress with it. So we're doing good in the right direction.
So we want to get deeper into what it's like at the HOC for you. Um, Tell us about when you first walked through those doors. What did you saw? What did you see, and what kept you there?
Honestly, when I first walked through the HOC, I was scared because there were so many big people that I was low-key scared because at the time I was like 15, probably 125. Like I was a scrawny. I got bigger, so I was really scrawny. So like seeing these giant dudes, I was scared at first, but everyone's personality at the Hawk is just so energetic. Like everyone's happy all the time. They're energetic. They're like it just feels like a family. Like I instantly connected with almost everyone there. And it was like I just felt like a second home off rip. Like I immediately knew after 30 minutes of being there and just hearing the jokes that were cracked, laughing all the time, I was like, okay, yeah, this is where I want to be. It's like if you took serious wrestling school and mixed it with fun comedy and then just threw it together. Like literally that's the best way to explain it.
I told Mo back in my day, dude, it was baptism by fire. Like you,
Yeah. Yeah.
you were at day two. We were running ropes, and I made it back home, and it looked like I'd been whacked by a kendo stick like 19,000 times. Just how because we were hitting cables, brother. Like that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Minimal protection on top of it, but
Hey,
it was interesting. And I say that because like I want to draw a comparison with you and Mo for a second because he didn't necessarily have the best experience in his first training school. And he almost thought about just throw it in the towel.
mhm.
And I find it very refreshing that you guys are follow your gut essentially. And if it doesn't feel right, then it's probably not right. And it may not be right for you, but it could be right for somebody else. That's just up into interpretation and perception. With the Hawks specifically, you're not the first person you're the third person to tell us about the family atmosphere that it has. And I can openly say, as I've been inside the facility, it does. It has a different kind of feel to it, and the energy there is kind of a different level. When you started to, as you got through that first course, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. Uh, you know, what did that process look like for you? And how did that look like? What did that look like with your family? Because again, you were 15 at the time, and this is a little piece of kind of what I think is pretty impressive because a lot of people don't understand the sacrifices that go into trying to be a professional wrestler. You don't get a whole lot of free time. You don't get a whole lot of family time. You don't get a whole lot of friend time. Relationships are seemingly non-existent unless you come across the right one, and they're very few and far between. Uh, and I say that to say it shows a level of commitment that you don't really see a whole lot of unless the guys and the girls are 100% invested in what they're doing. And tell me about that process for you. Like, how has that been for you at a young age, trying to, make this thing happen?
Honestly, when it comes to the family part of it, I have a really supportive family. Like my mom and dad support me a lot, and I kind of convinced them after they see me in ring a couple of times that I can do it. It's just I always tell my mom as a joke, it's an investment. If you invest in it, I will pay you back in the future. It's just like that's kind of what I told her, and she's a little scared at the fact, the bumps are sometimes scary. There's always injuries. My mom is a nurse, so she's always like very hyper on, is this okay? Is this okay? But at the end of the day, she sees me come home from practice with a smile on my face and me talking about how, oh, I learned this today. Oh, I'm fun. Oh, it's so good. And she's like, she helps support me so much. And I'm so thankful for my mom. And like being at a young age, it is honestly difficult because literally today I have some friends who are at Aquatica and I'm here at the Hawk training in a wrestling ring. Like literally, there's people who hang out 24/7 or outside at parties and stuff. I don't think I've been to a party. Like realist, I don't think I've ever been to one. I've always just been training in the gym and in the ring, like putting in the work. So I think there is a sacrifice that comes to it, but I've wanted this since 3. So I'm willing to sacrifice like whatever I have to do to make it there, I will. And being at a young age, I know I have an advantage already. So I just got to stay with that advantage and I can go straight to the top. That's kind of my mindset with it.
No, it's a fantastic mindset to have. I mean, really and truly, this is what I say. Why I say wrestling is in a really beautiful place and is going to be for decades to come, is because of the younger generation that's out there. We talked a little bit before we came on the air. I compare you to Devious Cass, who I think the world of up north in Jersey. I think the guy's tremendous. He's 17. He was in the ring for the first time at 12. Like it it is such a refreshing breath to be able to take. And with you specifically, I'll take you back to when we first watched that show. Blind. We had no contacts, no nothing. I had no idea how old you were. What I did see was somebody. I know you're young, but it wasn't until commentary chimed in at some point about your age, and I went, wait a minute. Now I'm going to look a little bit deeper because you were really good in the ring to begin with, but you're 16. And if you're this good now, think about 5 years from now how good you're going to be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's something that's super
Yeah.
scary for you. You're 21 at that point. You're 10
Once
years
I get the
away.
size,
You're 10 years away from your prime. 10 years away
that's
from your
crazy
prime.
to think. I know that's actually crazy to think about. Like, yeah,
Outside of the box thinker, brother. This is what I look at.
yeah.
This is how I say, I think I even made the comment. I was like, wait until this kid fills out. Wait until because you got another growth spurt coming. And then wait until he
Oh
fills
yeah,
out.
most.
Wait
I
until he
believe
fills
that.
out. As it,
Hmm.
just wait. And I'm dead set on it. I called it back then. I'll call it now. People may not know who you are right now, but they will know who you are in the next 5 to 10 years. That's
Oh,
that's a
100%.
bet, all day, every day. Going back to the HOC and how you started developing there, and where you've come to now, because your journey, you're only just a couple of years in at this point. Like, I mean, maybe a year and a
Mhm.
half, and you're already creating waves at the HOC. Um, when you were, you know, finally got past the nerves of, all right, I am surrounded by a lot of bigger people, a lot of older cats, variety of ages in the mix. When you got past that, what was some of the difficulties that you had while you were training? What were some of the, like, as an example, mine was footwork. I started training
Mhm.
when I was 16, and had excuse me, had my first match at 17. And footwork was a son of a bitch for me for the first year or so. But when I figured it out and I got it, I got it. But have you had any kind of issues with your training, something that maybe you didn't catch on to so quickly? And if you did, how did you get past that? How did you persevere and conquer whatever the setback might have
Honestly, when I was starting training, I have two that first came to mind. The first one is taking bumps because the idea of falling and just letting myself fall, like, I immediately would throw my hands back and I would like, nah, I couldn't bump. Like, I would get hit and then I would just like stiff board, like go back. Like, it was scary, but I think honestly putting on back muscle helped a lot because when I first started, I was like straight bone. So I would bump, I would feel it in my rib cage. Like
been?
it would actually hurt. But the stronger my back got and like the more muscle that I actually had to hit on, it was like, okay, now I'm good. And like now I I'll say I take good bumps. I'll
I
bump for someone. I'll take pretty good bumps.
I saw you
Like
take a post bump and when I was at the HOC, and I went, God damn! I mean, from my seat, I muttered it under my breath. And I'm there with my better half, right? So he's watching, and he's just like, wait a minute. Like, he's not a big wrestling fan at all, just so we're clear. Like, he'll watch some of it, but he won't watch a lot of it. I drug him down to the show, and that post bump, he went, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, there. Now you see. Are you
yeah,
starting to get it now? Like,
yeah.
it just looks
Mhm.
so good, and it just there's so much stuff. There's so much positive things going on down there, and not just with you, like just in general. Like I find that the HOC is a very healthy atmosphere, uh, and it
Most
shows
definitely.
100%. It 100% shows. Toddy, let me come around to you. What you got?
So you kind of talked about, being at your age and you haven't been to parties and anything, and that's one of the things that I definitely noticed about you. You have discipline that you don't see from a lot of 16-year-olds. Where did you get that? Who instilled that in you?
Honestly, myself. Like honestly, I kind of the full transparency in middle school, I used to hang out with a lot of the bad crowd and like a lot of kids who weren't the best. And I'll admit I did a lot of things that I wasn't really that proud of. But once the summer of ninth grade hit, I kind of sat down and thought about my life. And I was like, I really want to do this. I'm in training. I should just like I seen my life going into two roads. One of them, hanging out with bad people, I end up going down. One of them, I drop the bad people, I start focusing on wrestling, I go up. And I decided to take that up road. And it led me to where I'm at now. So
Well,
distancing myself from bad crowds.
I can appreciate that, and that's the one thing that I didn't do when I was in the ring, and that's why I got out of the business, as I took that wrong path. I could have. I mean, I wasn't the best by any fucking means. I was good. I was good enough to carry companies in 3 states. So I was good. I wasn't again wasn't the best, but I couldn't differentiate the party life from the on the road life, and I made that choice. Like and it's not that I didn't love professional wrestling. It was that I was going down a bad road that would have saw me. My life would have ended. Ain't no doubt about it. And I find it again kind of refreshing because to hear you say that, at a young age, you saw that road, you saw it coming. Sorry, my dogs are saying hello to everybody. You saw it coming and you got out of it, and you eliminated it before it could even become a bigger issue. And I can appreciate that. And truly, that's something that at a young age, it shows a level of maturity that it's kind of like we were talking about off air. It's just it's a different aspect of what makes you special, right? Like it does. And a lot of people won't ever see that, and they won't ever comprehend that. But you're making these decisions at an age where it's easy for you to be influenced by outside people, to be influenced by other people, and you're sticking to your fucking guns. That is commendable. That is respectable. And that is a piece of, again, what draws us into what you guys have going on down there is because everyone there has character, they have integrity. I have not had a bad conversation outside of Enos with anybody there.
Everyone
And,
has a bad conversation with Ennis. Don't worry,
no,
everyone.
his
does.
name's Enos. We call him Enos on this show.
Yep.
You don't have to PC his last name. You can yeah, and we'll get there in a second. But I mean, truly, this is there's something to say about that. There's something for that. When you start working under Jamie, Bobby Fish, and Kekoa, tell me a little bit about that experience with these guys and what they kind of have meant to your journey so far. Because if I'm not I believe I'm correct when I say this. I think your green light certificate was a surprise. So
Yes,
let's talk
that
about
was a 100%
let's talk
surprise.
about your coaches that are there that are working with you all the way up to you being surprised with the certificate in the ring. And I've only seen a picture. I haven't seen it or anything like that, but I know it happened, and I know that that's a pretty big fucking
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, nah. That was like at the Hawk, we have a curriculum, and like once you finish the whole curriculum, where it's like 2 whole pages, you finally get greenlit, which means you can wrestle outside of the Hawk. So that was kind of like that day when I got it, it was kind of like telling me now I can wrestle outside. So it was really big. But I see the Hawk coaches as like a system because each of them knows so much about everything that like so for example, right? We have Coach Rene, who's Jamie Stanley's wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is like has a degree in marketing. She knows how to market, make social medias, all of that. Jamie Stanley, he knows all the nutrition, all the workouts, all of that. Coach K knows all the in-ring footwork, technique, everything. And Bobby has a psychology to everything. So when you take all four of those and just mix it together, it's like you can't learn better. You have the best of each four that you just put in one. You like there's no better that you can get than that. It's like you learn everything from everyone and from the best at what you can. And it's perfect. That's why I love the Hawks so much. It's literally a system that just builds good wrestlers. Like honestly.
No, it shows 100%. It really does. The coaching staff there is, I mean, yeah, they're producing really good talent. And something that you said a second ago, they're coming up on their 2-year anniversary. So you guys are like kind of technically the first class to come out of there. Maybe not the first class to come out of it. I don't want to sound presumptive or anything like that, but it's you guys are the early guys coming out.
Yeah, we're the first ones coming out of the HOC. Like we're the first couple that got greenlit. Yeah. Like there's a handful of people. I can't think of like a number off the top of my head, but I know like 10. I'd say like estimate like 10 that are greenlit right now from the HOC. So the first couple.
When they hit you with that surprise factor, I think it came after a match. I'm gonna ask you like I asked Mo. Did you start crying like a little baby? Because I think I would have.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did tear up a bit
I'm
because
mad at you. I would have to.
yeah, but it was really cool because I came in that day just knowing I was just gonna be involved for like the last 3 minutes of the show. I'm not gonna do much, right? So I came in, I was like, okay. I walk up and then coach is like, hey, you want to have a dark match against Patty? I'm like, you want me to have a match? Okay, yeah, I'll have a match. I'm down. And then right before the match, I hear his music hit, and I'm like, what is he gonna do? But knowing my coach, I don't know if he's gonna come out just super kick me. If I'm fighting Kekoa, I don't know what to expect. So I was scared at first when I heard the theme song. I was like, oh geez. But then he started talking, and then he started talking about me, and I didn't know about the certificate until he started like unzipping his folder or something. Like I was like, oh, he's putting me over. Let's go. Hey, no, my coach is praising me. Hey. But then as soon as I seen him reach for the certificate, I was like, oh my, like finally, finally. It took a minute, but I finally got it. And all the wrestlers like rushed the ring. They picked me up like nah, it was perfect. I love that moment so much. And just the surprise factor of it, like it couldn't have been better. After a show with the whole crowd there, like I couldn't have asked for a better moment. Like, no, that was perfect.
Would that make you the youngest greenlit out of the HOC?
I beat Reese Maddox by a couple months, but yeah, I'm the youngest greenlit by the HOC. Reese got greenlit at 17, so I'm the youngest.
Hey, history made.
See, you got it. Yeah, history.
I can only imagine how that would feel because to me that shows that the hard work because it's work. It's it's fun. It's work though. It pays off, and that your coaching staff. And this is kind of something I had said to Mo, and I hate to repeat it here on this show, but I will. It's almost like that, you're a reflection of them when you step into the ring anywhere. Like they want you to be 100% prepared, and they want you to be able to represent yourself as the best possible form as you can because you're constantly going to be a representation of them in their training and how they conduct business and how they do business. So for you to get that at really a young age, it's fucking insane to me. But insane in a good way, not in a malicious negative way, but it's good. It's like it's one of those things that I almost wanted to be in the crowd when it happened because I really feel like that environment would have been so infectious because you're beloved there, dude.
It's so hard to put into words. like honestly, how it was like
you're a
it was
beloved
crazy.
you're a beloved figure, brother. Like the crowd loves them some Destin, and and I think a large part of it too is you kind of got a built-in underdog story with just about everybody you get in the ring with, and that's something that you can use to your advantage, right? Like just
Oh yeah,
why you
nah,
can
I know the
because
underdog. yeah, before I get huge.
right, because again,
yeah.
you're right around the corner from that last growth spurt as far as, teenage years are concerned. And you're not don't get me wrong, you're not a small guy. You got some height on you. I when you bulk up and you bulk out, I feel like you're going to get a couple more inches in height and then you're going to be able to really fill yourself out. Dude,
hmm
all bets are off.
That's the goal. My goal is to be like by the end of the year. Right now, I weigh 145. I want to be 170 by 2026, and then by 2027, well, honestly, I could probably hit 200 if I'm at 170 by the end of this year. Like I want to keep on upping and upping because I love being small and a high flyer, but I don't want to be a cruiserweight forever. I want to be world heavyweight champion. I want to be I want to be the big dog. So
Have you seen Rey
bulking up,
Mysterio
it's gonna
Jr.?
happen. So well, yeah, right. I can't hate on Ray. You're right. I
have you
apologize
seen
for that
have
one.
you
I can't
seen
hate on
have you seen
Ray.
have you seen Brian Danielson?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
also,
oh, go
my bad.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say no. Like all credit to them because they are smaller dudes who made it in like a bigger industry, and that's like that's very impressive. Because I looked up a couple years ago, I didn't realize Daniel Bryan's like 5'8", 5'9". Like he's like my. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, like he's so that's a very very like huge accomplishment for them. And like if I stay at this size, I know I'll hopefully be like them too. But nah, the goal is to get bigger. Like I don't want to be Braun Strowman, but I want to be like a Seth Rollins or Finn Balor type of build where like I do have that buff to me, but I'm still like small. If that makes sense.
No, it
Like,
does.
mhm.
I get it. I know exactly. Sorry, Zeus is running in, guys. Everybody say hello to Zeus.
Aw.
That's one of
Hi
two.
Zeus.
Toddy, go ahead.
So we kind of talked about the foreshadowing with the belts in the background where you are. I want to know what it was like when you had your first match. Like, what were your nerves like? What were you thinking? And then you got out there and you did your thing. And how did it feel afterwards?
I'm not gonna lie, before my first match, I was standing in the curtains and I almost peed down my leg. Like I was scared. Like I was standing there, I was like, ooh, I gotta go out. Cause if you watch my first match, it was against Baracco and he's like 6'4", 240. Like he was champion at the time. It was my debut. So I was like, I was going out, not even to the deep end, I was going out to the ocean. I was just out there. But the match itself, it felt good. Did I get whooped for majority of the time? Yeah. But I went out there, I had fun, I came back, I was still alive. So hey, that's the perks of it. And nah, after my first match, it kind of sat in my head that like, okay, now I'm a pro wrestler. Like it's not like this isn't like a game anymore. It's not a joke. Like now it's serious. And like from that moment on, I feel like I've taken wrestling from just going up to like skyrocketing. Like my first match kind of set the fire on the gas, if that makes sense.
What point did those nerves and jitters go away from that first match? When you're on your way to the ring, or did they disappear when you were when the bell sounded? Like it all happens for different people. They may not disappear at all. Like I understand the nerves and and I didn't almost piss myself, but I did trip on the stairs going up to the apron and trip over the rope on the way into the ring on my debut. Not intentionally either. I just was shaking. I couldn't think. And there were fucking 15 people in the crowd. So it ain't like, it was a big to do, but it was still one of those things. When did you shake them, or did you do it while you were having your debut?
Honestly, I think probably after my entrance, because I remember I did my entrance, and during my entrance, I hit like a pose in the corner where like I just put one fist up, and like as I sat there for a second, it was kind of like I let everything chill. Like I was like, okay, now you're in the ring, now you're here, breathe. You have the training, you know what to do. Like that was kind of my chill out moment.
The light switch went off when you got into the ring. That makes perfect fucking sense. It truly does. I think thus far on your run so far, what are some of your highlights for you personally within the HOC? And then we'll talk a little bit more about Tournaments of Champions coming up.
Some of my highlights with HOC, I will say I had a trilogy with. Do you know Mikey Spandex? Like, have you heard of Mikey Spandex? He's a big wrestler in the Central Florida area. I had 3 matches with him. First match, he beat me, so then I called him out again because I want to prove myself as the underdog. But he had to cheat to beat me. So then we had a third match, which was a 2 out of 3 falls, and I finally ended up winning that at the last Legacy of Champions, which was the pay-per-view. And like the crowd popped when I won because my mom slapped him. She was messing with my family for the whole time.
Clip.
So, yeah. So my mom smacked him in the face. Whole crowd popped. Hit him with a zigzag on the outside. Threw him in the ring. Hit him with a zigzag inside the ring. And like after that 3 count hit, like I went to the back. Everyone was like, "Yo, you got the loudest pop. You got the loudest pop." Like it was like the energy in the ring. I could feel the sound, if that made sense. Like I could feel the cheer. Like it was. That was probably my highlight of the HOC. Finally beating Mikey Spandex.
Outside of the HOC, have you been able to, when you say, when you're greenlit, you're able to take matches, you're able to work outside of the HOC? What's that look like for you? What have you been able to do since you've gotten greenlit outside of the Hawk? Is there any other companies out there that we can talk about for just a few minutes?
Yeah, there's a company in the Central Florida area called The Establishment Wrestling. I've been doing a bunch of shows with them recently. Like, I've had 3 shows and 5 matches. So the first show I had a fatal 4-way. Second show I had 2 matches on that show. Yesterday I had 2 matches on the show. Like, I'm putting in work with The Establishment, but I really love working with them. Like, everyone is just so cool and fun to hang out with. Everyone's respectful. Like, The Establishment is probably one of my favorite companies. I've done a show for Monster. Do you know the talk show in the morning, 104.1 Monsters in the Morning? They had an event in downtown Sanford that I came to help out with. One of the wrestlers called out, and I brought my gear, so hey, I got a match there. That was fun because my dad always listened to the talk show, so it was like I knew all of the hosts, I knew who they were, and like wrestling for their event was like it was kind of like a cool moment for me. Like I grew up listening to these dudes, and now I'm wrestling in front of them. Like it's just something crazy. And I got a shout out on the radio, so that was a big plus.
I love hearing that. I think does Mo do some stuff with the establishment?
Yeah.
It
Me
was
and Mo,
Wilson
like,
Dyer too.
Yeah.
me and
He
Mo literally had a tag team match last night. Like we had a tag team match against the champions.
don't
And
tease
no,
me
it
with a
was,
good fucking time, dude. Man,
bro.
I have just
It was,
discovered you guys, and like that's one of my in my head's like one of my mental dream teams to be able to see
oh
you
yeah.
and Mo hook up, not hook up, but work together as a team. And I think you guys can come up with some really cool shit. Um, and
I already have
furthermore,
the team name in mind. I already got the
oh,
team name and everything. See,
I
look, my idea, you got fire and ice, right? Mo is the fire in his red, energetic, hyper all, and then I'm the ice in my blue, cool type of swagger, more submissions, like holds type. Like you got the fire and the ice to it.
uh,
That's me and Mo are gonna cook. I'm telling you, we're gonna cook.
yeah,
Yeah.
nope, I have no doubts about it. I think that I need to see it. Number one, so you guys
Oh
got to
yeah.
keep me in the loop on your other bookings outside of the HOC, and if I can make something happen,
What's
I'll make
that?
something happen. Get down and see you guys outside of the Hawk and doing your thing. Um, so with the establishment, where do you want to see yourself going there? Obviously, you're probably wanting to have you and Mo team up further there.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of heated because yesterday during the tag team match, I was cool with Reese and Patty in the beginning, but then after the match, they decided to just start attacking us. And like, I could take a loss. I'm cool with taking a loss. I'll take it on the chest like a man. But if you want to beat me and then proceed to attack me afterwards, that's a little bit of a rub in the face. So I know me and Mo are going to be back there 100%. And if they're still holding the titles, there's only one people we could go after. So
Sounds
hey.
like that needs to. Sounds like there's some unfinished business there.
Hey, I'm just saying if I see a contract that says Wayward Sons versus Fire and Ice, I'm putting my name on it. That's all I'm gonna say.
What you got, Toddy?
uh, that was really good, and I like that you're innovative and you have ideas and you're seizing the moment, taking control of your career because no one's going to do it for you. So that's amazing. And I also
I
like something that you said that resonated with me. You had your gear with you. Like a lot of people, they will miss opportunities because they're not ready. And there's that discipline and that preparedness that we talked about earlier. So that resonated with me
It's like
big
this,
time.
Toddy. It's like this.
Hey,
You wrestling. You can always be ready for wrestling, but when wrestling is ready for you, you had better be ready for wrestling. Uh,
yep,
and
exactly.
that's instilled from day one. You don't ever leave home without your bag if you're going to a show. Ever leave home
Coach
without your
K's
bag.
number one rule: never leave your gear. Never
Nope.
leave your gear. Always bring it with you. Like most of the matches I got because I was asked, "Yo, you have gear?" Yeah, okay. And then I got thrown in the match. Like literally, that's how it happened. So if you know you're going anywhere with a wrestling ring in the area, just bring your bag. Just bring it.
I think. Well, let me ask you this because this is something that I'm not. It's an area I'm not familiar with, and maybe you can help me out with it. Maybe you can't. I don't know until I ask the question.
Mhm.
I know that outside of Florida, um, usually in most states, 18 is the age to be able to be a professional wrestler. How did you navigate those waters here in Florida? Is it just simple as looking it up to see if if it's doable or what's that process like?
Honestly, I remember being in eighth grade looking up pro wrestling schools for 12-year-olds and like seeing if a 12-year-old could train. Like you the Hawks age requirements, I think, are you have to be 15 to sign up to like actually start training. But I think working shows is 16 in the area. I'm not sure. I know all states have their different rules, but like
Yeah.
I just got ready for Florida, so now I'm just training in Florida. I know North Carolina. I had a match in there one. Like I was part of a battle royal in North Carolina, so they do I'm 16 too. It's just you just have to look up the states, like see what states you can wrestle. Whatever state I'm able to wrestle in, I'm down. Just hey, let me know. But whatever I can't, as soon as I turn 18, it's on my list. I want to wrestle in all 50 states. Like that's my goal. Even Alaska and Hawaii. I want to get those two. Like every single state I want to be in. I want to wrestle everywhere.
Here's another scary thought for you, right? So let's say 90% of the United States, it is 18 to wrestle, right?
Hmm.
And you do have a handful of states that you can go do some work in, but you're also here in Florida. And there's a lot of companies in Florida, a lot of
Hmm.
companies. You know, there's a lot of really good reputable companies too. You have 2 additional years to hone in on what you already know, to make yourself better. So when you hit that
Perfect the
market,
craft.
fucking right. So when you hit that market at 18, dude, you have so much opportunity in front of you. It's
Finish.
not even funny right now. Like it's really not. And for those who are watching, really, I want you to look at Destin, and if you're younger, if you're contemplating this, getting into professional wrestling in your teenage years, like really listen to what he's saying here, and as he could probably help you out and steer you in the right direction because it is doable, it is possible. This is living proof right here. That is happening in front of our eyes, and now that our channel is on to you and our channel is on to the HOC, like it's something that we're going to constantly keep you in front of our audience as much as possible because there's something here that's there's a lot to it. Um,
Yes, sir. And I just want to quickly piggyback off of what you said because the goal is, of course, to be in WWE and to make it as a wrestler. But my underlying goal behind all that is I want to inspire people. I want to make it to where people can see if you're in a bad place, if you're going through stuff mentally, if whatever is your situation, there is a way out of it, and you can find a way out of it. And I had a lot of things going on, but I was able to power through because I found wrestling. And it might not be wrestling for some people, but there's always something people can find and people can latch on. So even if, let's say, I never make it into WWE, I never make championships, as long as I can inspire people to follow their dreams and get out of bad situations, I'll be happy with my career. Like that's my underlying goal behind everything. I want to make people believe that you can do it if you believe it. Like,
my sentiment exactly. That's why this platform's here. This platform's here because
yes,
there
sir.
was somebody who said that we would never be able to hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers on independent wrestling. I said, "You're lying," and I'm gonna show you. And here we are. We're
Oh,
right around the corner. It's taken 2 years, but in this 2 year time frame, it's like how I put it to you earlier. Like in 5, imagine how good you're gonna be in 5. Well, now imagine in
mm-hmm.
10. You're not even in your prime. This channel's only 2 years
Yep.
old. Only 2 years old. I
Oh, no,
we
and it's gonna
I
get bigger
I
and bigger.
I just within the last 8 months really honed in on what our programming is, and I say that in parentheses. That's our live streams and shit like that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and now that we got the secret sauce, we're off to the races, and we have been able to make a lot of really good contacts with a lot of companies, promoters, talents from here in the States, overseas. Like we're gonna be the biggest middleman you've ever seen in your life. You come to me and say, "Hey man, I got my passport. Who can I talk to go overseas?" I want to say, "Hey, let me introduce you to this guy, and introduce you to this guy, and this guy gets guys over to the UK for tours and sets them up with dates. And here, why don't you go talk to him and shit like that. It's the
Yeah.
evolving of professional wrestling. Uh, and speaking of evolving, let's shift gears for just a second and start talking about tournament champions because it is
Yeah.
indeed
I got to deal. I got to
a
deal with this dude.
premium live event coming at
Yep.
the HOC.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what any of the bookings were going to be. I just happened, I keep up with everybody on social media on Instagram. And lo and behold, I see a ladder match with Mo announced. I see, I know GMJ and Big Boy Patty are hooking it up. I see the women's match making history.
Oh yeah.
And then I see fucking Matt Ennis. But then
Ah,
but
yeah,
then when
that guy.
hold on. But when I saw who he was facing, I was like, I'm so glad that I'm going to be ringside to watch Destin punch this fucker in the face. You
Oh
have
yeah.
no
Oh yeah.
idea. I know how bad
Oh,
you want him, and we're going to talk about it. I just want you to know, and I want to convey to you how bad I want you to punch him in the face. Like,
I promise you,
truly.
I'll punch him for you and me. I'll punch
I,
him for the both of us.
I
I promise.
listen.
Like,
He's done way worse to you than he's done to me, so I'll just settle for one, and then you can take the rest of them are all yours. But if you can just give me one, man,
I'll point at you and then just whack him.
I'm
I got
here
you.
for it. I'm gonna tell you something before we start talking about it, Toddy. Actually, I'm gonna let Toddy tell you. Toddy, what order did you put in uh, the other day?
Oh, I have a very interesting poster that we're going to bring with a picture of old Matthew Ennis, and I think you'll get a kick out of it when you see it.
I know exactly what you're referring to. I know
Yeah.
exactly which one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
As a
That'll
matter
be
of fact, I picked it up
perfect.
today.
That's about it's yeah. We got something for him, and I want
Oh
to
yeah.
the road that's gotten you to Tournament of Champions and this particular match, man. I'd love to hear it from your perspective, and what's got. I know being at Supremacy. I know what got us there. The jump
Mhm.
attack, et cetera, et cetera. But this is if there's more to the story,
Yeah.
man. By all means, let's hear it.
2024, end of 2024, it was me versus Mikey Spandex. Like how I was saying, that was the biggest moment in my career. End of 2024, beginning of 2025, yeah, I ended up fighting Matthew Ennis. And going into the match, Ennis is a big dude. I'm 100% knowing, okay, yeah, it's gonna be rough, but I have what it takes. Ennis decided he didn't care about the match at all. He brought me to a corner and stomped me to the point of where the ref had to disqualify him. Kept on stomping me after that and just left me for dead in the ring. And that sat wrong with me. But I was gonna be like, it's whatever. Until he did the same thing to Slade the next month. So then I had to come out and actually deal with him because not only are you affecting me now, you're affecting the rest of the roster. You're affecting other people. This needs to stop. So I try to deal with him. I thought it's okay. You know what? I line him out the ring. We have our little stare down. We talk our crap. It's done. Whatever. Have a championship opportunity. Work 16 years to get close to that title. And you want to know what Ennis does? Slam my head into a post.
Saw it.
Ennis runs out, slams my head right into a post, loses my title match. I had Max beat.
You
I
did.
literally had him in the ring. I had him down. I could have won that match. But Ennis decided that he wanted to make it about himself. So he wants to take my title opportunities and stomp me out in the corner. Then April 17th, I'm going to treat him the exact same way he treated me. So that's why we're leading on to now. I got to deal with this man in a midlife crisis trying to take my opportunities because he doesn't have any.
Well,
Like,
let's be fair. You didn't take that post shot laying down. Again, I
I was
being
up.
I
Thanks.
was there in the crowd. I was there. When you ran out after the main event, man, he don't want no piece of you. And what I've noticed about old Enos is that not only does he like to whine and cry, he's
A lot.
very repetitive, and he says the same fucking shit, and it really is absolutely nothing. Like he's like watching an episode. You're not gonna get this reference, and if you do, dude, I'll love you forever. He's like watching an episode of Jerry Seinfeld. It's a show about fucking nothing.
I heard of Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah.
It's a show about nothing. Literally about nothing. I and Toddy is going to be joining me at the HOC for this show.
Oh yeah.
And I know that he has his own views and opinions uh, about Enos. and more or less about the entire show in general. With the match itself, like I know that what I don't want you to do is let your emotions get the better, right?
Yeah.
No going in that he's gonna assume that he has a psychological edge on you. Don't feed into it. Don't cater into it. Forget what's got you here and focus on right here, right now. I mean,
See,
I'm not the guy to give anyone advice about what they do in the ring by any means, but I see him for what he is. He is a dangerous dude, but his danger
mhm.
revolves around mind games. And if you can steer clear of the games, I think you'll have him in your crosshairs. And I
See,
will be the first one to jump out of my chair uh, when that 3 count happens and they announce you as the
oh
winner.
yeah,
I will be the first dude
oh
out of my
yeah.
chair. Toddy, what are you thinking about this? This battle between Destin and old Matthew coming up at uh at Tournament of Champions.
First of all, I cannot wait to see violence stopped in its tracks. I just want to be able to hand him a folded sheet of paper like your teacher used to hand you when you failed the test after that match is over. That's all I want to do. Just have that folded sheet of paper. And even if he doesn't take it, he knows what it
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's old enough for sure. I mean, the card itself, man, I'd like to get your opinion on that because I mean, this thing it's really stacked. There's a lot of things happening. And truly, it's a testament to the work that you guys are putting in, telling the stories and getting the point across of where the direction is headed. I mean, history, as I said it earlier, history's being made. HOC's crowning their first women's champion. It's taken them
Yeah.
2 years to get to this point to get students in to get yeah, right there in the background. Um,
hmm
Toddy. First of all, I think Toddy is about the only person closest to me that appreciates women's wrestling as much as I appreciate men's wrestling. So I know for him, and me, people may like shrug a shoulder at it or scoff at it and when I say that history is being made, but history for the HOC is being fucking made, and it's a pretty
Yes.
big deal.
Yes.
So
hmm
Toddy, before I get Destin's views and opinions on this women's four-way match, like, you have any questions for him about that particular match?
is. You see them training and you see all the hard work that goes on. When that announcement was made, what was it like for you and everybody that was around you when they made that announcement?
I was just proud, honestly. I was proud of it because I know at the HOC there are so much women here who put in the exact, not even the exact, they put in more effort than some of the men that come in here. And like the fact that now they have the ability to fight for something too and not just have there be one title, like they have another opportunity that they could go for. Like that's I'm proud of that, honestly. And I'm happy for all of them. Like I know that this fatal four way is about to cook. All four of these women are absolutely great. Like, nah, this is about to be lit. If you want my personal opinion, I trained with Ivy Mercer since we both started around the same time, and I love Ivy. So, respect to all the women in the match, but I got Ivy winning it. I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, whoever wins it, I'm happy for them, and I'm proud that we have the representation for women in the HOC. Like, because there's a lot of places that in the wrestling world, there's a lot of places that they're kind of a little iffy when it comes to women wrestling or a bunch of like haters in the industry. But the fact that we're somewhere that does the opposite of that, I'm proud of, and I'm proud to be able to represent that.
Yeah, I kind of have to like slap, not necessarily slap myself because I don't like referring to it as women's wrestling. I like refer to it as professional wrestling because it's professional
Yeah.
fucking wrestling. And I think
hmm
I can't speak for Toddy, but I'm in alignment with you, and I don't mean disrespect to anyone involved, but I'm Team Ivy Mercer. I think Ivy was one of the first women's that we saw on an HOC show. And I think, granted, now I've only seen through the end of last year through this year. Actually, I haven't seen. I think I saw the December show, and then I've seen everything this year thus far. But Ivy was one of the first women I saw, and I don't know what it is about her. Like, I mean, I think it's just her bubbly personality that comes through.
Her
Comes through.
ball of fire.
Yeah, it comes through the
Yeah.
camera very well, and I
Mhm.
had an opportunity to have a few minutes with her when I was at the HOC, and I had to tell her, like, listen, we're really big fans of what you're doing too. Like, don't stop.
Yeah.
You guys you're crushing it. You're doing such a fantastic job. Like, I went out of my way to say, like, I need to go introduce myself to her. I need to go talk to her. And it was right after I talked to you, and then somebody had you on a fucking live stream, I think. I don't know. Or was
No.
it Peg?
Yeah. There was like 20 people that just surrounded me. I was just like, oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna exit this way, dude. I'll catch you on a DM or something, brother. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Same thing with GMJ and Casey Vaughn. I didn't get an opportunity to talk to either one of those cats at the HOC. I've talked to them. I've talked to them both via DM though, like after the HOC.
Yeah.
But I was like, you guys had one was selling merch, the other one had a bunch of kids around them. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, I will catch you, like, on the flip side. If I don't catch you there, like, that's just who I am. Todd, you can take
Yeah.
that. And we move forward from there. We also, going back to the show, sorry, I had a side. Like, ADD kicked in, brother. I went down a whole other road. Triple threat ladder match. First time in HOC history. This one's gonna be solid.
Nah.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah. Nah, looking at all the talent in it, and like I've seen the ladder, and I can just envision any move on the ladder. I'm already hurting. Like, I'm already hurting before the match starts, just thinking of it. Like, it's gonna be really good. I should have been in the match, but hey, I'm not gonna argue that too much because
Hey, brother,
Matthew Ennis wants to do all his stuff. But
your
it's all right,
opportunities are
we
coming.
gonna...
They're coming.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I got to deal with Ennis first.
Yeah.
Got to get Ennis done with first. But
That's fine.
no, honestly,
take out the
I think...
trash and deal with the light work. Take out the trash and you'll be waiting in the wings. That's how that works. I'll be right there. I'm gonna be waiting on you guys. So as soon as like, that's how that's gonna roll. Who do you have on that though? I mean, the luchador is fucking great. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I didn't realize how good he was until I saw his opening match with Reyes at the show I was at.
I'm trying to remember his name. I don't remember his name off the direct top of my head. But yeah, I want Mo to win so bad, but he's just so talented. I don't know. Like, the luchador, I want to say Mo because I love Mo. I want Mo to win, but I mean, it's between one of them two, not Max. My pick is not Max.
So you're saying anybody but Max. But see, now here's the thing.
But Max.
Here's where I'm gonna lay it out. All right, Mo and Max have issues, and they're clearly not. They're not gonna stop here at Tournament of Champions. Like, that's not clearly not an ending point. They're not on a triple threat. I hate to say it. I think that they're gonna cancel each other out. And I think Lucha has the shot at pulling the belt.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able, if either one of them, Max or Mo, is going to be able to take the channel, the laser lock off of each other long enough. Because there's several elements here. While it's also a triple threat match, you got to have your head on a swivel anyway. You got to add the ladder to it. I mean, I don't know.
That's a whole nother part of the puzzle that you just threw on it. Like,
facts. Todd, what are your thoughts on the ladder match?
Well, I'm Team Mo all day long, every day. So I'm gonna need him to keep it together so that he can win this ladder match. I just focus. I think it's a good match, and one of the things I always say is I watch what you guys are doing on social media, and so watching them wash the ladder off and get everything ready, it gives it that that feel like this is a can't miss. So it just makes it that much more special to me that I'm going to actually be there to see it. And that's what this is all about. The experience. You guys work really hard, and we get to reap the benefits of all of your hard work because we get to see it. And that just means the world to me.
Thank you, thank you. I'm saying this show is gonna be crazy. Like, this is probably gonna be the best show yet. Like I'm saying it before it even happens. Like this show is gonna be crazy.
I'm looking at the lineup, man, and they're not disappointed. I mean, teachers are going to be attached to it. Bobby Fish is wrestling Bowen, excuse me. Jamie Stanley's
Yeah,
getting in the ring
that's
with
both
what's his name?
Baracco.
Baracco.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, Toddy, you don't like
Baracco.
Baracco. Baracco had negative things to say
Nah,
about the women's division.
nah.
We don't like her.
After he interrupted that announcement, all he gets from me is boo boo, tomato, tomato.
Hey, nah, his nickname over here is Boo Rocco. That's what we call him. Boo Rocco.
Now we're gonna start calling him Boo Rocco on all the streams moving forward, just because.
100%.
All eyes locked towards the main event. Big Boy Patty is defending the HOC championship against number one contender GMJ. I'm really torn on this because, and I say that because usually I don't go against the champion, especially a new champion that's just been crowned. It just doesn't seem like you're not unless you're doing a transitional role, which I don't think that's the case for Patty here. The GMJ is arguably one of the top heels there. Like he's hated unless unless there's a kids camp in the audience, he's hated. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like the build for this. I like where this is gone. I'm really interested with you being there, and you're in that title hunt too. So you're talking about the ladder match, man. You wish you were a part of that. You come out with a win over Ennis, then you could be putting yourself in position to not just be a challenger for the other champion, a challenger for the heavyweight championship. You could probably see yourself coming out of this in a number one contendership spot, or at least a valid claim. So I would imagine that you've got eyes locked in on this. Where's your head at?
My head at is working my way to the top. You see, I put it in the background for a reason. Like we were talking about it earlier. The number one goal I want to be HOC champion. Like I've been training here for the past year and a half. I feel like if I could win any other title, but this one has a different meaning to it because this is where I trained. This is my home. Like I know I have what it takes to be the Hawk champion. And now, don't get me wrong, there is so much talent here. Like I'm not saying it's going to be easy to walk in the park. Like no, not at all. But I know I have what it takes. And as long as I stay on the path, I beat Ennis, which we all know is going to happen. But I beat Ennis, and then I end up working my way to the number one contender spot, getting that number one contender spot, whether it's GMJ or BBP. I know I have what it takes to beat both of them. I just have to dig deep and prove it. So my eyes are on the gold all the time, but right now I got a giant mountain in the way and then form a Matthew Ennis. So I got to move that first, but then after that, that's the shot, baby.
If you come out on top on Ennis, who would you want to see come out here? Would you rather have GMJ come out as champion, or would you rather have Big Boy Patty?
Full honesty, I have so much respect for Patty, and I think Patty has what it takes to beat GMJ. But GMJ is good. Like as much as I don't like him, he is probably the most athletic person here, and I will say that without a doubt in my mind. Like he can just move, and it's gonna be tough for Patty, but that's the champ. He's a champ for a reason. He had to go through hell and back to win it, so ain't no way he losing it this fast. No, I got Patty on top, but it's not gonna be easy. GMJ is gonna make it difficult. I can tell you that.
We're talking to GMJ that Wednesday night actually after we finish our live stream. I've got a show with him, and one thing I'm going to tell him: Dude has got a little cocky smirk that just makes you want to punch him in the face.
No,
It's
yeah, he
just
does. He does.
as a heel, brother. Like the first show I saw him on, and keep in mind we watched stuff with no context really. So we come in cold. We happen to have Wilson Dyer jump in the chat while we were watching the show, and was giving us a little bit of context as to what we were seeing. But when I saw him come out, I was like, man, he's athletic. He's got the build. He's got a good look to him. Then I saw him smirk, and I went, I hate this motherfucker. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do not need no likes at all because I want to slap the smirk off his face. But I was like, dude's great. He's got his shit together. It's gonna be a big test. And again, like I was saying, I don't want to pull against Big Boy Patty here, but GMJ's hard bet against. He's a hard.
Yeah,
He's a
nah.
tough. He's a tough bet. I'm gonna probably, man, I'm gonna go GMJ. I think we're gonna have a new champion, and I think it opens the doors for a lot of really cool things to happen if it does go down that way. But I'm not disappointed if Big Boy Patty overcomes and continues his run. I'm not 100% be upset about that either. Toddy, what are your
Oh
thoughts on the main event that we're finally going to get to? We're going to get to see it live as it happens after we watch our boy Destin slap the shit out of old Enos.
yeah.
I think that it's going to be fulfilling because of all of the work and the storytelling and the back and forth that these two have had. And it's been a legitimate great build up for this match. So it's like it's something that we've wanted to see for a long time. So I'm all about rewards for sticking in there. And I just feel like we're all in for a reward. And it's so hard to call who is going to win this because you've got the champion that has all this heart, but you also have the challenger that has a lot of heart too. And you may not like his methods and how he got there, but I don't think anybody can argue that he deserves to be in this match. So you've got Clash of the Titans about to happen. And so it's hard to pick one, but as much as GMJ does a lot of work, I really think that what Big Boy Patty is fighting for resonates to me. So I want to see him hold that title. And, GMJ's young. He can come back and he can have another day, just not when Patty's the champion.
Yeah, very good point. I mean, that's just a piece of the card. I mean, I'm telling you, there's a tag team match with Casey Vi and your Toddy, one of your favorite characters, who called out the welfare card. Uh, uh, so you got that
Yes.
taking on what is it? What do they call it? The street
The street private.
private.
The street private.
Uh,
Yeah.
$1 million question, man.
The
Where's
street god and
Slothy?
slave quarter.
Where's Slothy? What's going on?
I honestly don't know. Like I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. I think everyone's kind of a little bit crazy right now. Like they're being a little crazy about. He disappeared, and then Slade just started interrogating everyone. Like I'm not even joking. He just started interrogating everybody. Like,
Did you get interrogated?
yes, he interrogated me. I was dealing with Mikey Spandex for 3 months. I don't have time to deal with the sloth. Like I don't know. I don't know what happened to sloth.
Are you sure?
But I swear, I did not touch the sloth. Okay, I did not do anything to the sloth. I don't
That's
know.
good to hear.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I believe
Like,
you.
That is one of my hashtags, justice for Slothy.
yeah, like
I
I
believe
hope
you.
they find it.
I believe you.
I think it was Casey Bye. I'm not gonna lie, because like
Dude.
he had issues. He had issues with Slothy, and then Slothy just disappears. So
That just seems like such the
connect.
logical, and I don't feel like it's Vi. I feel like that's too easy. Unless Vi would do that. Now I will tell you this about Vi. He is one of my dirty little secrets on the independent scene right now, as far as a heel is concerned. I truly feel
He's
like
so just stupid.
the
Like,
more I
just-
fucking watch this guy, the more I'm loving it, and I'm loving what
he's
he's
like
doing.
he's one of the dudes that I hate, but I just laugh. Like I don't like him, but it's just like I can't not laugh. Just, like come on.
Dude's fucking fantastic. And again, like I said, the beautiful thing about our platform and our channel is when we come across, a new company and new talents, like you guys kind of introduce us to other talents without even knowing it, because that's what keeps our channel rolling and what keeps our audience engaged, because we show them new people and again, as we're watching you guys for the first time or for the second time or however, our audience is catching it live for the first time too, and they connect with what we're connecting with. So we're able to steer people in your guys' way, because you deserve to be seen. And it's really tremendous
Thank
stuff
you.
what you
Thank you.
guys have got going on down there. As we start to kind of wind things down a little bit, I always like to ask you guys this question, because without it, we don't have a platform. If you had like 4 or 5 people, I don't even think about the number, just some people on the indie scene that you take a look at, or people we should be watching, or maybe go out of our way to take a peek at. And I'll preface this with, as he doesn't know this question's coming, so if he doesn't fucking name you, don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Just DM me. More so on Instagram. I'll get to you quicker, and I'll look at you too. I don't have a problem with it. We've had people get hate mail because they didn't get mentioned. So, but don't be that
I
person.
promise. All these names are just coming off the top of my head. It's not, and it's not in order. It's not specific. But the first couple people that I think of, Daniel Sterling, the King. I know he's very talented. I want to, of course, get in the ring with him. I've seen him and Patty have a couple matches, so I was like, I want to wrestle him for sure. Eddie Torres, he's really big, but I have a feeling me and him could cook. My speed, his size, it would be a masterpiece. There's a luchador named Ray Fury. I think me and Ray Fury would honestly, because two high flyers, and I've like talked to him a bit, and I know like his thought process behind wrestling, and we're both kind of thinking alike. So I think me and him would cook. Honestly, I want to wrestle Kekoa. I want to wrestle Kekoa. I want to wrestle
Oh,
Jamie Stanley. I want to wrestle I want to wrestle all of them eventually. Like I want to have matches against all of them. And it's not like I'm calling out Kekoa. It's just me saying like I think student versus coach match. I want to have it against all three of them. Like I want to have that kind of like that moment. If that makes sense. Like
oh,
I want to wrestle all three of them eventually. Like whether it's at the Hawk, outside of the Hawk. I just want to wrestle him. I don't care. It could be in a trailer park with 4 people in the audience. I just want to wrestle him. Like I don't care
well.
too much.
First of all, with any of the above mentioned coaching staff, I think if you put their name on a marquee, you're gonna get more than
But
four
yeah,
people.
it would, yeah. It'll be more than 4 people. I'm just saying.
I, I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
just saying.
I can't. I'm just call me crazy. That's
Yeah,
just
no, that was just me just making a
yeah. It's
making
fucking.
a
Now
yeah.
you actually answered one of my other questions that I had for you, as you answered that one, which were some people that you do want to get into the ring with and mix it up with. If you had dream matches that are on the independent scene, or aspirations of bigger, what are they? Who would you like to see yourself get in the ring with? And it doesn't have to be like right now. It could be a couple of years from now or whatever. But just some of your bucket list matches that you really want to have.
The problem is I'm so young. Everyone I'm thinking of, I'm like realistically trying to think, but it makes it because like off rip, I was like Styles, but then I was like, man, he wants to retire at 50. I don't know if that'll actually work, but like I know me and Osprey, that's a realistic one that I think would cook. I want to work Rollins at some point. I don't, even though I know he'll be older when I get there, but I think he'll still be in it. So I want to wrestle Rollins at some point. There's a lot of dudes in NXT that I honestly think would be like great, like Nathan Frazier, Axiom. I I honestly had a triple threat. It wasn't like a real match, but I had a triple threat with Javon Evans in it like a couple months ago. So running it back with Javon on TV, that would be lit. Um, Trying to think of more names, honestly. Just anyone, honestly. I'm down to wrestle anyone. I want matches. I'd wrestle
How,
anybody,
how,
but
how are
just
we how are we glossing over the fact that you got into the ring with Javon Evans? I need to hear I need to hear
it
that
was
story.
so it was the Hawk open house. It was a Hawk open house thing, and Javon came just to like look around. I guess like he was just a part of it, and we had like a little show planned for the end of it, so we could get everyone hyped and everything. And there was a battle royal, which GMJ ended up winning when he was the heel.
Mm.
So Javon just told me, he was like, "Yo, come in the ring and hit him with a punch after me." So Javon got in the ring. He hit George a couple of things. I got in the ring. All of a sudden, Javon just called a triple threat match. Like we just randomly had a triple threat match. So it was me, George, me and Jay, me, GMJ, and Javon Evans in a triple threat. And like, I know I could find the video somewhere. I'd have to find the clips and show you, but it was fun. I hit him with a head scissors. It was lit. Like, everyone,
Yeah,
everyone.
I'm gonna need to see some of that if it's out there.
I
That
got you. I'll find some. I'll
that's
find
a
some.
that's really a pretty impressive deal to be so young and to getting in there and represent Javon Evans is obviously headlining NXT Standard Delivery.
He's doing crazy. Like he's so from the progress, like that match we had was before he was with NXT. And like it doesn't feel like that long ago. So to see him in the title picture right now, it's like, dang. Like he's cooking. Like
Hmm.
it's crazy.
Absolutely. Toddy, do you have any other questions or anything you want to ask our guest before we get ready to kind of wrap it up?
Nothing to ask. I just want to say we talked about when we weren't on the air. I think that it's really special and foreshadowing that those belts are behind you because I truly mean it when I say I see nothing but great things in your future. You have all the potential in the world. Every time I see you, you get better and better. And I know that the sky is the limit for you. I love your work ethic. I love your discipline. I love everything that you have going on and your eagerness and your willingness to get better, to continue to rise. And that's what this is all about. You're in it for all the right reasons. And I just see nothing but the best for you. So I am going to continue to watch and see more of where you go from here.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Like really.
Yeah, dude, you're fantastic. It's been such a great conversation to have with you, and we're looking forward to continuing watching you on your journey. It's truly going to be a fun ride if you're a fan of professional wrestling. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. I'm saying that because it's the truth. And again, like we're gonna have you on a live show literally Wednesday with Mo and have a good time with that. Just the beginning of our
Well,
relationship with you as well, man. Like we're here.
yes, sir.
The same thing we tell everybody that comes on our show. We're gonna look at we look at ourselves as a nonprofit. We don't ask for anything, but we're here to help. So if there's anything that we can ever do for you, whether it be you know, hopping on a show or plugging whatever you need us to plug, man, just let us know. That's why we're here. That's why our platform exists. And it's truly a fun ride to be on. You are just, I say on a lot of our other shows, there are hidden gems and there are diamonds in the rough everywhere if you go out of your way and you look for them. I didn't have to go too far to find something in my own backyard, not just with you, with several other people that I've already seen with AHOC. Then it's proof positive that there are hidden gems everywhere if you just go and look for them. I appreciate you, sir. Is there anything you want to say to our audience before we close it out?
I just want to thank y'all. Thank you for having me on. Um, if you want to follow me, follow my story. My Instagram is destin.pw. I don't have merch yet. I'm making merch soon, so if y'all want to rep it, hey, we gonna have that soon. And nah, I'm just thankful for y'all having me on here, having the time. And I think I speak on behalf of not only just the Hawk, but all indie wrestling. That we're thankful that there's outlets like y'all that like we can just talk to, have fun, and promote ourselves, promote wrestling, make wrestling bigger as a whole and better for everyone. Like I'm really thankful for this opportunity. So thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Like
No,
honestly.
the thanks goes to you, as I say to everybody who comes on our show. Without the guys and girls getting into the ring, without the companies that are producing the content, without the schools that are getting the talents ready for, whatever journey lies ahead of them, we can't do it without you guys. It's a two-way street when it comes to just the thank level of everything. Because without you guys, without the companies, we don't have anything to watch. And much like Destin said just a few minutes ago, it's been on the screen the entire show. Right up underneath him is his Instagram. It's destin.pw. Please, please, please go out of your way. Head on over. Hit the follow. Watch what's going on there. Check them out. Hit the like button.
I'm trying to get more active on it. I'm trying. I'm trying my best.
I despise social media. It is, but it's like a necessary evil sometimes.
Yep.
And likewise, that's the easiest way that you can support. It's free, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you a second to go over and hit the subscribe button. If you've liked what you've seen here today, give us go down below and hit the subscribe button to CCP Podcasting on YouTube. We're knocking on the door of 1,000. That is the goal. Once we hit 1,000, we're just gonna keep going, and I'm just I'll create another number, and then we'll hit it. Tell me I can't hit another number in the comments down below, and that's what I'll shoot for. Be realistic.
No, we'll hit it.
You've been a pleasure, sir. I greatly appreciate your time. Toddy, I know that Toddy appreciates it as well. We're gonna have a fantastic time when we come down and see you guys in a week or so.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've got a big poster for Ennis. I tell you what I'm gonna do.
I can't wait for it.
I'm gonna send you a message when we get there and when we're outside. I want you to come out and sign it, so I can.
I got you.
Hold it
I
up
got
for
you.
it when it comes out. It's gonna be.
Put it right in his face.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yes.
The plot and the scheming has already begun. For
we're
Todrick
making plans.
Yes, for Todrick Tamar Ramsey, for our guest today, Destin. I'm Chris Page. We will see you next time.